My parents think this yacht screams success. They have no clue it's really just a shortcut to a federal indictment. That thought loops in my mind as I pull into the estate driveway, gravel popping under the tires. I'm still in my work clothes, black pantsuit, silk blouse, both creased from 12 hours at the firm. My body aches in that way you only get from skipping lunch and running on coffee fumes. Honestly, I should have gone home first. Changed. Gotten my head on straight. But Dr. Harlan's secretary called 3 hours ago about the wire transfer, and I need to make sure it went through. Ethan's got HSCT scheduled for next week. $300,000. That's everything, every dollar I had for retirement, gone overnight. Insurance said no. Again. Sunlight flashes off the ocean as I walk toward the dock. The party's already wild, hundreds of people in designer casual, champagne flutes sparkling, laughter drifting over the lawn. Stacks of fireworks wait by the boathouse for later. The entire scene is just money, everywhere you look. And then there they are. Victor and Serena, matching in white linen. My dad raises a champagne bottle like a trophy. My stepmother's smile is fixed, she saves that one for an audience. Between them sits the guest of honor, a shiny white yacht. 250 grand of fiberglass and chrome. The crowd cheers as Victor smashes the bottle against the hull. Champagne sprays everywhere. "We christen thee the Ethan Reed," Serena calls out, loving her own cleverness. My stomach drops. I scan the crowd until I spot him. Ethan's by the buffet, clutching a drink in one hand, the other hand trembling at his side. He's 27, but looks younger in this light, nervous, uncertain. His eyes meet mine for half a second, then dart away. He knows. I push through the crowd, heels sinking into the grass. Someone tries to hand me champagne. I wave them off. Victor spots me and his celebration face cracks, turning wary. "Blanche. He's too loud, too fake. You made it after all. We weren't sure you'd escape that office. Did Dr. Harlan get the wire transfer?" I keep my voice low, aware of guests drifting past. "The procedure's in 7 days. They need confirmation by tomorrow." Victor's face tightens. His smile stays, but his eyes go cold. "Let's not talk business at a party, sweetheart." It's not business. It's Ethan's treatment. Serena glides over, champagne dangling from her fingers, smiles still locked in place. "You look exhausted, darling. When did you last sleep?" "The wire transfer," I say again. $300,000. "Did you send it?" She laughs, actually laughs. The sound is light, careless, like I've cracked a joke. "Oh, that." She waves her hand, dismissive. "We decided not to go through with that treatment." The world tilts. "You decided?" My voice barely works. "That money was in a medical trust. For Ethan. And we used it for Ethan," Serena says, gesturing toward the yacht with her glass. "Fresh air and sunshine beats some risky experimental procedure. The boy needs normal life, not hospitals." Victor nods like this all makes sense. "Dr. Harlan said the chances aren't great. We're not throwing away good money. That money wasn't yours to throw anywhere." My hands are shaking now. I clench them tight. I cashed out my retirement. Every cent I had. That was Ethan's shot to stop this disease. Serena's voice turns gentle, patronizing. "It's genetic, Blanche. Money can't fix DNA. But a yacht? That gives him happiness. Family memories. A real summer." I turn away, searching for Ethan. He's still by the buffet, watching us now. Our eyes lock across the lawn, over the crowd. I wait for him to react, be angry, anything. Instead, he looks at his shoes. His shoulders cave in. The tremor in his hand gets worse. I make my way over, legs numb. The crowd melts aside. By the time I reach him, I already know what he'll say. "Don't," he whispers. "Don't make a scene, Blanche. Please. I just want a normal summer." Those words hit like a punch to the gut. "You knew. That's not even a question. They told you everything and you said yes. The procedure isn't FDA approved. Mom's right, success rates are a joke." He still won't look at me. "And now I'm stuck with the yacht for years. We could take it out, I guess. Spend time on the water. Maybe actually have some fun for once instead of." Instead of what though? Instead of fighting for your legs, your future? Instead of making my whole life a medical crisis? His voice breaks. Heads turn. He lowers it fast, but I heard it. I'm so tired, Blanche. I just want to be normal. Just for one summer. Something inside me splits in two. 7 years ago, I sat in a hospital room that reeked of bleach and death. The machines beeped, steady as a heartbeat. I held my mother's cold hand. I listened to her struggle for breath. She made me promise. Take care of the boys. Make sure they're okay. 9 months ago, Ethan called me sobbing. The diagnosis was bad, progressive, aggressive. Insurance wouldn't touch the experimental treatment. I didn't even think. I emptied my accounts. Wiped out my future in one wire transfer. That's what you do for family, right? And he picked a yacht. My hands find the champagne tray before my brain can stop them. Sunlight catches the crystal, splashing rainbows across the deck. I watch myself sweep the whole tray in one hard motion. Glass explodes. Champagne everywhere. The crash slices through the party, kills every conversation, every fake laugh, every smug little performance. Dead silence drops, heavy and final. 100 people stare. Serena's mouth makes a big shocked O. Victor's face goes bright red. Ethan just stands there, shaking, looking anywhere but at me. I walk. Through the sea of frozen faces. Past the judgmental stares. Across grass that costs more than most people's rent. Victor's voice chases after me, Blanche. You're being dramatic. Come back here. I don't stop. Serena's whisper floats across the silence. The stress finally broke her. I knew it would. I reach my car with hands shaking so bad I almost drop my keys. The engine turns over. I pull away from the estate, gripping the wheel so hard my knuckles go white. I'm breathing fast, but I don't look back. In the rearview, I watch Victor and Serena cling to each other. Whispering, comforting, already spinning a new story. Already making me the villain. The Ethan Reed glitters behind them on the dock, baptized in stolen hope. Next morning, the lights in Laura Vance's office buzz like angry bees. It's 7 a.m. I haven't slept. My coffee sits untouched, cooling on the conference table while Laura scribbles on her legal pad, sharp and focused. Say that last part again, she says. Her voice is all business. About the mortgage. The estate is in my name. I co-signed when Victor wrecked his credit 3 years ago. He promised he'd refinance in 6 months. I dig through my purse for the folder I grabbed before dawn. He never did. Laura takes the papers, doesn't even look at me. She's famous, an accountant turned lawyer, the IRS's worst nightmare. People call her ruthless. I need that now. Supplemental credit cards? She's already writing. 2. Both on my account. Victor uses them for the country club. Serena for her shopping sprees. Car leases? Ethan's SUV. Top of the line. I'm the primary. The words burn coming out. He needed it after the diagnosis. I thought I was helping. Laura finally stops writing. Looks at me, really looks. You get what I'm suggesting, right? This isn't just cutting them off. This is burning it all down. Good, I say. She almost smiles. By 8:30, every card is canceled. By 9, I've stopped the mortgage payments on the estate. By 9:15, the luxury SUV lease is done. Laura logs everything, neat as surgery. They'll fight back, she warns. People like that always do. Let them. I leave her office feeling lighter than I have in years. The air outside feels different, cleaner. It lasts 4 hours. Just after lunch, a delivery shows up at my firm. I'm halfway through a client review when my assistant pops her head in. Reception's a mess. 40 white roses swamp the front desk, looking more like a memorial than a gift. It's impossible to miss them, huge, showy, all but screaming for attention. The vase catches the afternoon light, glittering in the middle of everything. People gather, phones up, snapping photos, probably already flooding their feeds. There's a card, propped right against the glass. Cream envelope. I know Serena's handwriting before I even touch it. We forgive your outburst. We know you're stressed. Love always, Mom and Dad. My hands don't shake. Not this time. I pick up the whole thing, vase, roses, water sloshing around, and carry it through the office. Rose petals trail behind me on the ugly carpet. I don't stop until I reach the back door. The dumpster stinks of old food and something sour. I toss the whole arrangement in. Glass shatters, roses disappear into coffee grounds and greasy takeout boxes. When I turn, Janet from accounting's at the door, holding it open. She looks at me, eyebrows up, half a smile. She's been here forever, seen everything. Not the first time? I ask. Not even close, honey. She lets the door swing shut behind me. Good for you. Back at my desk, my phone rings. Unknown number. I pick up anyway. You humiliated me. Ethan's voice is high, desperate, but not scared. Just wounded pride. The repo man took the SUV at dinner. At Lucia's. On a date. Lucia's. $200 entrees. His sister is scraping together money for his medical bills, and he's out showing off at five-star restaurants. You embarrass me in front of her. He's practically shouting. I can hear traffic and clattering plates behind him. How am I supposed to explain this? You chose the yacht, I say. He starts to protest, but I cut him off. You picked the yacht instead of treatment. Instead of your own future. So now you get to explain that to your date. Good luck. I hang up. Block the number. Turn back to my work and try to work like nothing's changed. But something's different now, something heavy and solid settles in my chest. Ethan isn't a victim. He's a leech. He's turned his own illness into a weapon. That tremor he showed off at the party yesterday? It wasn't the disease. It was fear. Not of losing his health, of losing his free ride. That afternoon, Laura calls. We need to talk about your insurance claims. Her office, new conference room. Small, quiet. She lays out papers, rows of them, like evidence at a crime scene. Standard procedure, she says, for asset protection. Her finger lands on a highlighted paragraph. These charges. Intensive psychotherapy. 2 years' worth every week. The provider, Peak Neurotherapy Solutions, means nothing to me. I've never been to therapy. I know, she says, pulling up another sheet. The bills go to a P.O. box near your parents' estate. The air feels colder. Someone's been using my insurance. Filing fake claims. Taking money. She looks right at me. This isn't family drama anymore, Blanche. This is federal fraud. Wire fraud. Identity theft. How much? I ask. 50,000. Maybe more. I'm still digging. I should feel angry, violated. Instead, there's relief. They're not just manipulative, they're criminals. There's no gray area left. This is black and white. Law and evidence. What now? Laura leans back, eyes sharp. We don't confront them yet. She taps the stack of papers. I want to hire a private investigator. Track the money. Build a case before they know we're onto them. Why wait? Because right now, they think they've won. They think the flowers worked. That you're backing down. Let them relax while we set the trap. Her smile is all teeth. When we move, it'll be final. They won't see it coming. I picture Ethan yelling in the street, Victor pitching a fit when the mortgage bounces, Serena panicking as her cards get declined. How long? I ask. 2 weeks. Maybe 3. My investigator's thorough. She gathers the papers. In the meantime, go about your life. Work. Sleep. Act normal. Can you do that? Yes. She slides over a business card. Marcus Webb. Former FBI. He'll call you soon. I leave her office as the sun goes down. City lights start to blink on, one by one. Somewhere out there, my parents are probably popping champagne. Toasting their win. Celebrating their clever daughter's emotional meltdown, maybe even plotting their next move. They have no clue I've stopped playing defense. I'm on offense now. So I wait for the fallout. It takes 2 days of nothing. Then, on a Wednesday afternoon, Victor storms into my office. I know it's bad before security even calls. This isn't going to be quiet. My firm sits on the 20th floor of a glass tower in downtown. There's nowhere to hide. Every wall see-through, every conversation's on display. Supposed to promote creativity and openness, or whatever HR says. Right now, it just means 80 people are about to watch my father lose his mind in our lobby. I'm in the conference room when my assistant pokes her head in. She's doing her best not to look rattled. Blanche? There's a Victor Reed here, asking for you. Through the glass, I watch his head swivel. People's screens go dark as they tune in for the show. Tell security I'm coming, I say, not hurrying one bit. I save my work, close my laptop, smooth my blazer. Make everything look calm, even though I'm not. By the time I step into the lobby, Victor is already yelling. Elder abuse. His face is purple, veins bulging. He's got on a polo shirt that probably cost more than my rent, sweat soaking the collar. My own daughter is committing elder abuse. The security guard's got his hand up, trying to keep things under control. 2 junior partners freeze near the elevators. The receptionist hovers over the phone, probably wondering if she needs to call the cops. She's stolen our money. Victor's jabbing his finger at the air, spinning toward me. Cut off her dying brother. Left him to rot while she lives in luxury. I stop a few feet away. No crossed arms, no yelling. I just stand there, hands loose, watching him perform. We gave her everything, he shouts, turning to his growing audience. Sacrificed for her education, her career, and this is how she repays us? Abandoning family when we need her most? The elevator dings and 3 more employees step out, instantly frozen. Sir, the security guard says, stepping closer, I need you to lower your voice, or I'll have to ask you to leave. Leave? Victor throws back his head and laughs. Theatrical, bitter. My daughter steals from her own parents and you want me to leave? What kind of world is this? I meet his eyes. Say nothing. Ethan is dying, Blanche, he says, quieter now, trying to sound broken, but I know better. Your brother is dying and you don't even care. You took everything we had and walked away. Behind me, I hear the whispers start up. Exactly what he wants. Security. Please escort Mr. Reed from the building. My voice cuts through the lobby, calm and cold. He's not welcome here. Victor's face shifts from purple to red. You ungrateful, the security guard grabs his elbow. Another guard appears, flanking him. Don't touch me. Victor tries to jerk away, but they're already moving him toward the door. You'll regret this, Blanche. You'll regret abandoning your family. His words echo behind him as they shove him out. Through the glass, I watch him stumble onto the sidewalk, still shouting, still putting on a show for people who aren't even listening anymore. I turn around. 80 pairs of eyes on me. For a few seconds, nobody moves. Then I walk back to my desk like nothing happened. That night, Elena Grant calls me into her office at 6:15. She's the managing partner, 65, sharp, silver bob, doesn't suffer fools. Her corner suite has floor-to-ceiling windows, city glowing gold outside. I brace myself for the worst. Family drama, disrupting work, bringing chaos into the office. I've already drafted my resignation in my head. Sit, she says, pointing at the chair. I sit, back straight, hands folded, waiting for the hammer to fall. She studies me for a long moment, impossible to read. Then she slides a folder across the desk. Partner track. $50,000 raise. You start Monday. I just stare at the contract. The words barely register. I watched the whole thing this afternoon, Elena says, leaning back. Then I did some research. Your brother's medical situation. My parents' money problems. The trust fund they burned through. I feel the heat rising in my face. I'm sorry for dragging that into work. It won't happen again. You kept your cool when most people would have lost it. Elena taps the contract on her desk. Anyone else would have yelled back, tried to defend themselves, made it all messier. But you just stood there and let him wreck his own reputation. That's leadership. Blanche. She pauses, studying me. I don't get it. You know you've been up for this role. We were going to offer it next quarter. She hesitates. Were you planning to say no? To take care of your brother? The question hits hard. Because honestly, yes, I was thinking about it. Maybe stepping away from my career to take care of Ethan. Giving up everything I've built for his sake. I choose my words carefully. I was weighing my options. Good. Because we need you here. Not playing nursemaid to a family that's happy to throw you under the bus. Elena stands. Meeting over. Sign the contract. Take tomorrow off. Come back Monday ready to lead. I walk out holding the contract, feeling numb. Dr. Harlan meets me at a downtown restaurant at 8. He's already grabbed a table in the corner, wine glasses catching the candlelight. Not a date, no matter what people think when they see us together. He's the only family I've got who isn't actively out to ruin me. You look different, he says, standing up to greet me, searching my face. In a good way. I got promoted. To partner track? His grin is all teeth. Blanche, that's amazing. I slide into my seat and the words just spill out. I'm done being the fixer. I'm done sacrificing myself for people who'd sell me for a yacht. Harlan raises his glass. To your freedom. We toast with a Bordeaux that probably costs more than Victor's entire wardrobe. The wine tastes like a win, rich, complicated, satisfying. I laugh. For the first time in months, I actually laugh, and it surprises me. You look lighter, Harlan says. Like someone cut the strings you didn't even know were pulling you down. Around us, the restaurant hums with quiet conversation. People just eating dinner, enjoying each other. No drama. No games. Just real connection over good food and better wine. My phone buzzes all through dinner. Coworkers checking in, offering support. An email from building security. Victor's banned from the office. A voicemail from my neighbor, suspicious cars circling the estate again. An email from the bank. Fraud investigations officially started. At 9:30, Laura texts. PI found something big. Shell company in Serena's maiden name. Call me tomorrow. It's like a web forming around the truth. People who see what's real. People who recognize abuse when they see it and don't look away. By the time Harlan walks me home, I feel untouchable. Cutting off the money worked. The boundaries held. Victor's meltdown just made him look unstable and desperate, because he is. I'm in bed by 10, promotion paperwork spread out across my comforter. I'm already planning my first moves on partner track, reorganizing cases in my head. For the first time in years, I'm thinking about the future without my family's needs weighing me down. I fall asleep fast. Deep, dreamless sleep. The first real rest I've had in weeks. At 2 in the morning, my apartment door explodes inward. Flashlights in my eyes. Shouts all around me, too many voices to understand. Rough hands yank me from bed, slam me face down on the floor. Cold wood against my cheek. Metal cuffs biting into my wrists. What's happening? My voice is shredded, panicked. What did I do? A SWAT officer kneels beside me, shows me his phone. There's a text, supposedly from me to Ethan. Timestamp, 1:47 a.m. I bought a gun. I'm ending it all tonight. That's not from me. My heart is punching against my ribs. Someone spoofed my number. Red flag laws, ma'am, the officer says, checking my cuffs. We got a 911 call from a family member. Said you had a loaded weapon, were threatening immediate violence. With this message, we had to act. Mandatory psych eval. They drag me up. I see neighbors peeking out from behind doors as they pull me down the hall in my pajamas. Mrs. Rodriguez covers her mouth. The college kid down the hall films the whole thing on his phone. Outside, blue and red lights paint the street. 3 squad cars, an ambulance. Like I'm a threat, not someone who just got promoted. They shove me into the back of a cruiser and it hits me, sharp and clear, my parents just weaponized the law. Used it to break me. The psych ward smells like bleach and despair. Fluorescent lights hum overhead, sharp and merciless, the sort of glare that erases any hope of privacy or peace. 68 hours down. For left. At intake, they took everything: phone, wallet, belt, shoelaces. Standard protocol when you're tagged as a suicide risk. The nurse had kind eyes but hands that looked done with kindness for the day. She'd whispered, "You'll get through this," while inventorying my stuff, voice soft, like she'd said it 1,000 times. Just stay calm. Sure. Calm. Someone screaming 3 doors down, a man, voice shredded, begging for his mother. The sound claws at my skull. I've gotten good at tuning it out. Mostly. File it away with the rest. The woman stalking the hallway, counting backwards from 1,000. The teenager who won't stop crying. I sit on my bed, hands folded in my lap, posture perfect. Still hanging onto that old corporate armor, even in hospital scrubs. The psychiatrist shows up for my 3rd check-in right on time. Dr. Reeves, mid-50s, wire-rimmed glasses, that practiced, unreadable calm you only get after years of detachment. Clipboard in hand, pen clicking whenever he thinks. How are you feeling today, Blanche? He asks. Tired. True enough. The mattress is barely more than cardboard and the screaming never quits at night. But stable. Focused. He writes something. Click, click. Your family is very concerned about you. My family? The same people who used a fake text and red flag laws to get me hauled out of my apartment at 2 in the morning. Concerned, sure. I appreciate their concern, I say, voice flat, professional, the one I use in client meetings when someone pitches a truly terrible idea. But I never sent that message. I don't own a gun. Never once told anyone I was suicidal. Sometimes people in crisis don't remember what they've said or done. I'm not in crisis. I made a financial decision to protect my assets. My parents didn't like it. Click, click, click. Your father mentioned an incident at a family gathering. You destroyed property. Became violent. I knocked over a tray of champagne glasses. I meet his eyes steady. This after I found out my parents stole $300,000 from my brother's medical fund. I left before I said anything I'd regret. He watches me, waiting for something, agitation, mania, some crack that fits their story. I give him nothing but ice. You seem very controlled, he says. I am controlled. It's how I work. That level of control can be exhausting. Less exhausting than the alternative. He scribbles another note. I can't read his handwriting, but I don't have to. I've written down everything, every question, every answer, every rights violation since I got here. The nurse who believed me slipped me paper and a pen after the first day. When Dr. Reeves leaves, I add this session to my notes. Time, duration, questions, responses. Evidence for later. Finally, the 72nd hour hits. They hand back my stuff in a sealed plastic bag. My phone's dead. Wallet's got all my cards. The nurse who believed me squeezes my shoulder as I sign out. Good luck out there. I'm going to need it. The automatic doors slide open. Late afternoon sunlight slams into my face, blinding after 3 days in fluorescent hell. I squint, try to adjust. That's when I see him, a guy in a cheap suit holding a manila envelope. He straightens when he spots me. Blanche Reed. My stomach drops, but I keep my face blank. Yes, you've been served. He hands me the envelope and leaves before I can say a word. I don't open it until I'm in the parking lot, leaning against someone's car because my legs aren't cooperating. The papers are crisp, stamped with the Superior Court seal. Petition for conservatorship of the estate. Petitioners, Victor Reed and Serena Reed. I scan the document, my legal brain sorting the key points automatically: police raid, erratic spending, suicidal ideation, inability to manage finances. They want legal control of my assets, all $3 million. Court date, 3 weeks. I plug in my phone. It buzzes back to life. 17 missed calls, 23 texts. Mostly from Laura Vance. I call her before I even start the car. Where are you? Her voice is sharp, all business. Just got served. I'm in the parking lot outside the hospital. Don't go home. Come to my office. Now. Later, at her office, Laura meets me herself in the lobby. She doesn't send an assistant. Her face says it all. The PI wraps up his report and hands me a thumb drive as we head to her conference room. It's bad. Worse than I expected. I stick the drive into her laptop and watch the files spill onto the screen. Bank statements, IP logs, corporate paperwork, insurance claims, federal identity theft reports. Laura lays it out, 2 years' worth. My stepmother hacked my insurance portal using my stolen social security number, changed the mailing address to a P.O. box tied to their estate. I scan the evidence, my hands steady, heart pounding. Fake therapy sessions. A shell company, Peak Neurotherapy Solutions. $50,000 in bogus insurance payments already paid out. We have it all. Laura's voice is icy, almost satisfied. The IP logs put her at the estate when the logins happened. Billing records. The shell company registered in her maiden name. I just stare at the screen, the betrayal mapped out in spreadsheets and timestamps. We go public now, I say. Criminal charges. Total exposure. We end them. No. I look up, thrown off. Laura leans in, grabs my arm. If we go public now, They'll drop the conservatorship suit, hide their assets, skip town. We get a minor win, but they'll cut their losses. So what do? Right now, they're locked into showing up in court. They have to face us, defend themselves. Laura's eyes are sharp. We need them to perjure themselves. And suddenly, it hits me, let them swear I'm unstable, detail their needs under oath. Every lie becomes federal evidence. Exactly. Laura opens another file. I already called the FBI. Agent Ramirez is building a separate case. But we need them to dig in deeper first. A part of me just wants to blow it up now, get justice, clear my name. But she's right. We play the long game. Let them commit to the lie. So what's my part? Play the victim. Broken. She starts drafting a response. Stop posting online. Go quiet. File weak answers to their petition. Miss a few deadlines. Make it look like I'm barely keeping up. And once they think they're winning, they'll get sloppy. They'll exaggerate in their affidavits, put their crimes on the record. Laura's smile is razor sharp. They'll sign their own arrest warrants and won't even realize it. I stare at the screen. At the trap we're setting. I've got 3 weeks of playing broken ahead of me. But I can do it. I survived 3 days in a psych ward with my mind intact. 3 weeks of pretending? Easy. What about Judge Harlan? She's sharp. Fair. She'll see through them when we show her what we've got. Laura closes the laptop. But first, we let them dig their own graves. I nod. My hands don't shake anymore. I'm not panicking, I'm ready. They wanted to control me, steal everything. Instead, they've just walked into their own downfall. 3 weeks. I can wait 3 weeks. Then we burn it all down. 3 weeks later, the Superior Court smells like old wood and stale ambition. I slump at the defendant's table in a shapeless gray sweater, hair yanked back, no makeup. I look small. Fragile. Exactly what they want the court to see. Across the aisle, Victor and Serena might as well be at a gala. My dad's in a suit worth more than my rent. Serena's all silk and pearls. Their lawyer, Marcus Aldridge, is buried in folders thick enough to wall me off from my own life. The room's packed. I spot faces from old family barbecues. Neighbors who turned up to watch me lose everything. They whisper, casting pity in my direction. Ethan's not here. His MS got worse, needs a walker now. The window for treatment closed 6 weeks ago, right around the time they christened the yacht. Laura's sources say he's stuck in bed, relying on the same parents who stole his treatment money. I can't find it in myself to pity him. Judge Maria Harlan enters. Everyone stands. She's 60, silver hair pulled tight, glasses on a chain. Her face gives nothing away as she settles in. In the back, Agent Ramirez sits in a plain gray suit. He blends in, could be a paralegal, a court reporter, anyone. Only his presence keeps my nerves in check. We're here for the matter of Reed versus Reed, Judge Harlan says. Petition for conservatorship of the estate. Mr. Aldridge, you can call your first witness. The petitioners call Dr. Harlan. Harlan gets up, moving slowly, dressed sharp in a navy suit. Every step seems intentional. He swears in, takes his seat. Laura stands from our table, buttoning her jacket, steadying herself. Dr. Harlan, you're the neurologist treating Ethan Reed, right? That's right. Can you tell us about the treatment plan you suggested 9 months ago? Harlan leans forward a bit. Ethan came in with aggressive, fast-moving multiple sclerosis. I recommended a hematopoietic stem cell transplant. That procedure costs $300,000. Blanche Reed cashed out her retirement accounts to pay for it. And did Ethan get the procedure? No. The money got used for something else. Aldridge jumps up. Objection. Speculation. Overruled, Judge Harlan says, eyes still on her notes. Go on, Dr. Harlan. The parents bought a yacht instead. A white yacht, $250,000. They told Ethan that fresh air would help more than any medical treatment. People in the gallery start to shift in their seats. Victor's jaw clenches, but he keeps a sympathetic look on his face. Serena dabs her eyes with a tissue. How's Ethan doing now that the transplant never happened? Laura asks. He's gotten much worse. He needs help to walk now. His window for HSCT is probably closed. The disease will keep progressing. Thank you, Dr. Harlan. Aldridge tries to recover during cross. He throws out questions about odds of success, experimental status, insurance denial. Harlan shuts him down each time, never breaking stride. By the time he steps down, I know if we actually had a jury box, they'd be on my side. But this isn't really about facts. It's all about appearances. Victor takes the stand next. He's perfect. Plays the grieving father, watching his daughter spiral. His voice cracks when he talks about the psychiatric hold. He says he was terrified. He just wants to protect her money until she's well again. She worked so hard for that, he says, locking eyes with Judge Harlan. I can't let her throw it all away when she's not thinking straight. I glance at Serena in the gallery. She's nodding, tissues pressed to her nose. Friends squeeze her hand. When Serena takes the stand, she's even more convincing. She lists off my unstable behavior, the champagne glasses I smashed, cutting them off financially without warning, the supposed suicidal text I sent. Her voice shakes. I'm terrified for her, she says. She's been so angry, so unpredictable. We just want her safe. We want her money safe until she gets help. Judge Harlan's face softens, less guarded now. Laura stands to cross-examine, but she looks nervous, shuffling papers. Drops her pen, bends to pick it up, mutters an apology. Mrs. Reed, Laura starts, voice barely above a whisper. You said you're terrified for Blanche? Petrified, Serena corrects, catching the opening. She smiles, all warmth, like Laura's out of her depth. Laura fumbles with her notes. And the yacht. You believed that was a necessary medical expense? Absolutely. Therapy comes in many forms. Serena glances at Victor, smug. They think they've won. They see Laura as a rookie, falling apart. Laura nods, slow. She snaps her file shut. Suddenly, her nervous slouch disappears. Her back straightens. When she looks up, there's nothing hesitant about her. Her eyes are sharp, hard. Thank you for confirming that under oath, Mrs. Reed. Laura's voice cuts across the room. She turns to the judge. Your Honor, I move to dismiss this petition right now. A wave of confusion rolls through the courtroom. Aldridge is on his feet, demanding an explanation. Laura stays calm. The funds my client's parents claim to be protecting are actually proceeds of federal crimes. This court can't grant conservatorship over assets obtained through fraud. Judge Harlan's eyebrows shoot up. Explain. May I present evidence? Proceed. Laura opens her laptop. A projection screen drops behind the judge. Black background, white text, IP logs. These are login records from Ms. Reed's health insurance portal, Laura says. Look at the timestamps, the locations, the devices. She points out several entries, October 15th, 2 years ago. A login from the estate IP. Device registered to Serena Reed. Mailing address changed from Blanche's apartment to a P.O. box. Serena goes pale. The next slide flashes up, a photo of a fake storefront. Just a P.O. box number on a form. Peak Neurotherapy Solutions. Just a shell company tucked under Serena Reed's maiden name. They pushed through $50,000 in fake insurance claims over 2 years for therapy sessions Reed never even attended. Victor's gripping his chair so hard his knuckles turn white. Bank statements spill across the screen, Laura's showing everyone. Every deposit highlighted, insurance money dropping straight into accounts tied to the estate. $50,000 in dirty payments. It's federal wire fraud, identity theft, insurance fraud, pick your crime. Aldridge jumps up, starts to object, but Judge Harlan just raises her hand. He backs down. Laura isn't done. She says the real threat to the assets isn't Serena, it's her parents. Then she turns, calls out, Agent Ramirez? The guy stands up in the back, badge flashing. 3 more agents pour in through the doors, walking right down the aisles. Victor and Serena realize it's over. Every word in their conservatorship petition, every lie, every sworn statement, that's all evidence now. Judge Harlan drops the gavel, petition denied with prejudice. Her voice is ice. Agent Ramirez? Approach the bench. He hands her a document. She reads, nods. Victor Reed. Serena Reed. You're under arrest for federal wire fraud, identity theft, and insurance fraud. The whole courtroom explodes. Agents close in on the plaintiff's table. Victor tries to get up, but an agent shoves him back down. The handcuffs snap on him, then Serena. Serena hisses, "You can't do this. We're the victims here." Agent Ramirez just starts reading them their rights. The charges echo off the walls: 20 years, max, federal prison. Photographers are already mobbing the courthouse steps. Friends vanish into the crowd, suddenly desperate not to be seen. I just sit there at the defendant's table. Not feeling triumphant, not vindicated. Just wiped out. Hollow. Watching the trap close, finally. Dr. Harlan waits for me in the hallway, silent as ever, just there. Laura meets me outside and fills me in. Assets frozen. The estate will get seized. Whatever restitution comes from the criminal case will pay for Ethan's care, though honestly, it's probably too late. The conservatorship threat? Gone for good. I watch my parents get marched past the cameras cuffed. I feel nothing. The steps empty out. Then I spot him. Ethan waits by a taxi, afternoon sun throwing long shadows. He leans on his cane. His MS is worse now, his foot drags, his right hand shakes harder than it did back on the 4th of July. Stress does that. Speeds everything up. The window for treatment closed months ago. He starts toward my car, limping. I watch him through the windshield, keys in my hand. He knocks on the driver's window, tears streaking down his cheeks. "Blanche," he says, voice muffled by the glass. "I didn't know about the shell companies. I didn't know it was federal fraud. Mom told me she'd just moved funds around legally. Please, you have to believe me." I don't roll down the window. I'm afraid. He keeps going. "They're gone. I have nowhere to go. Please." Same old game. Different disaster. At that party, he told me he just wanted a normal summer, but he picked his parents over me. Stayed silent instead of warning me. Now he wants me to save him again. My hand goes to the ignition, not the window controls. I start the car. Ethan's face crumples. He backs away as I pull out, cane trembling in his grip. In the mirror, he's just shrinking into the shadows, alone, stuck with the mess he helped make. I don't look back. A month later, I drive past the estate on my way to the store. An orange eviction notice screams from the front door. Federal seizure, pending restitution. Serena's tacky furniture is piled up on the curb in the rain. A cream love seat with gold trim, already stained. The coffee table, legs warping in the downpour. Yacht junk stacked at the end of the driveway, waiting for trash day. The Ethan Reed was repossessed 2 weeks ago, but scraps of it linger, soaked cushions, dull chrome, that custom life preserver with Ethan Reed crew, stitched in gold, now tossed aside. Their greed washes away in the rain. I park by the ocean, where the dock stretches out into water so dark it feels bottomless. The spare key waits in my glove compartment, right where it's been for 3 years, useless, but heavy with memory. It's proof of that promise I made in a hospital room thick with the smell of dying. Take care of the boys. I tried. Trying almost finished me. Now the key feels impossibly heavy in my palm as I head for the edge of the dock. The dock groans under each step. The water's quiet, holding a dull reflection of the gray sky overhead. I throw the key. It spins in the air, flashes once, then drops out of sight with barely a sound. Ripples drift out in widening circles, then fade. The promise goes under. Obligation gone. 3 months after the trial, I stand in my new apartment, big windows, city lights, everything spare and clean. Photos of Dr. Harlan and my firm team line a single shelf. No family pictures. No reminders of the estate. Dr. Harlan sits at my kitchen island, swirling a glass of wine, telling me about a pharmaceutical rep who tried to buy him off with tickets. He laughs, and this time, so do I. The second promotion came through last week. My cases launch next month. Industry recognition. A real office with a real view. Actual respect. This morning, a young colleague showed up at my door, eyes red. Family trouble, her parents demanding money, guilt eating her alive. I told her my story. Not for pity. Just proof that you can survive. I told her love doesn't mean destroying yourself. You can care, but you don't have to drown. She cried, then thanked me. There's purpose in supporting, not saving. Night drapes over the city. Dr. Harlan leaves at 9, hugs me at the door. I take my wine to the balcony, open my journal across my knees. The city lights below look like a sky flipped upside down. I write, I spent so long trying to rescue people who were pulling me under. Today, I'm the only one swimming. My phone buzzes, a text from a number I don't recognize, but I know exactly who it is. Can we meet? I need to talk to you. Please, Blanche. I sip my wine, think it over for 30 seconds. My answer is simple. I wish you well. I'm not available. I block the number. Go back to my journal. No guilt. No second guessing. No old voice whispering I'm betraying family. Just peace. I close the journal and lean against the railing. The city thrums beneath me, wide open. My life feels like it's unfolding, not shrinking. Real contentment settles over me. I'm done looking back. The journal lies open behind me in the lamplight. Last line clear as day. Day one of my real life.